You know what? Leave it. I forgot it was like a rolling screen.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an intro. What a mess! What a mess. That's how you know like just the world has stopped. The footballing world has stopped because I've completely forgotten the Young Bucks the methodology behind it. But yes, guys, welcome back. Young Bucks is back. The Prem is back. Thank God, because damn, that international break dragged. Some of our clubs ain't played a Premier League game for about 3 weeks, and it's actually quite depressing. So now, full steam ahead till Qatar 2022. Then we have a World Cup to sit back and enjoy. But you guys know the drill. As the main man, the gaffer's saying, smash up the likes, peeps. We really need those likes. We want to hit 100 likes at least. So just stop what you're doing now. Ignore the intro and smash that like button. Shout out Dow's, one of the OGs, been there since the very first show with me and Ben. So yeah, he's still standing strong.
What go?
Yeah, but guys, anyway, Barclays is back, and as you can see by the title, actually an interesting weekend in Barclays. So Erling Haaland probably won't be the one stealing the headlines, although he might. Oh, he's playing in a big game, yeah. So he probably will be the one stealing the highlights yet again. We've got City, United, we've got Arsenal, Spurs, two big derbies. Liverpool, Brighton, Spurs are playing Arsenal, and Chelsea have a tough game away at Palace. There we go. Hamza, how you doing, my man? I'm gonna come to you first because you came last. You kept the people waiting, but I wanna check on you.
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right, man. I missed out on this football. Premier League is back, baby, but I was just disappointed. Like a lot of Man City played were being played with these teams like Spain and Portugal. Portugal played all the Man City players. KDB played again and at 290 minutes. I was so pissed off. And then they played Stones, he got injured, and just been annoying. What's the point of playing this kind of UEFA Nation League, man? It's just so annoying for us. Although we had our players scoring like a Khanage and all that stuff. It's been a great week, but we're back now. We're chasing BILAL to the title.
BILAL, title race. Is that still the mood in the Arsenal camp? How you doing, my man?
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right. I've been missing the football, having to sit through England while my team's not playing, while the Premier League's not on. I'd rather watch, like, honestly, kids football than England at times. Like, seriously.
Women's football, mate.
Women's anything, honestly. England is just you just want to take paracetamols, man, after watching them. But anyway, the football's back, Arsenal's back, and we're starting off with a bang, man. Saturday, 12:30 p.m. against Tottenham at the Emirates. Light work, you know what I mean? That's a nice way to start, you know, the season again. And I think, yeah, Arsenal title race talk. You can't talk about title till like March, April, man. It's October. Calm down, guys.
Look,
I'm just here for the ride.
We're trying to apply the pressure early because when the annual Arsenal bottle drop comes, it'll be oh so sweet. Ben, my partner in crime since the start, Young Bucks OG. How you doing, man? The Reds are back.
Yeah, listen, when the break started, when the Queen passed away, I was like, you know what? We need this break. I'm kind of glad, just refresh, forget about football. But as the days and weeks have gone by, bro, I've just missed it so much. Even though we were crap, like it's just the biggest part of my life has just been taken away. So even though it's Brighton 3 p.m, it's a how do I put this? You've got to have your own sources, shall we say, to watch this game. Even though we have to do that, you know, I'll take it. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. Obviously, like we're gonna cover mainly the other two big games. An absolute glorious weekend of football lies ahead for sure. So I'm buzzing, man. Can't wait.
Yep, guys. As you can tell, Addy can't make it, and Michael is learning how to drive. So stepping in for Addy, making his debut on the show. We've got the main man, Prime. How you doing, my man? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm feeling good. Thank you guys for having me on.
No worries, man. Yeah, no, it's good, guys. If you don't know, Prime's a Chelsea fan, so he'll be talking all things Chelsea. But there's only one place to start, and if
Liverpool, Brighton.
Yeah, whoever Wolves are playing. there's only one place to start, and I can't lie. I don't know actually. What's the bigger game, Spurs, Arsenal, or City United? Obviously, City United in recent times, but I still think Arsenal Spurs has always been like one of the most
Has
entertaining.
United really been a big game in recent times? United have been so far off Cities.
Let me answer that question. Yeah, it's easy.
There, you answer. It's your question. You answer.
And Omar, let me ask you a question. Yeah, big games, Man United, Liverpool. Would it be shown in Sky Sports or BT Sports?
Yeah. Yep.
Fletcher and Sav on BT.
Sky Sports.
On Robbie Savage or Sky Sports. Martin Taylor. There we go. Sky Sports. So guess what? Guess where Arsenal are being shown? Arsenal Tottenham. Big derby. Everyone knows about it. Everyone wants to watch it. BT or Sky?
Shall I defeat your point already? I'll defeat your point already. Listen.
Yeah, outside England, that derby, no one cares.
Brother, who's Man City outside of Manchester?
Liverpool,
outside of East Manchester, wherever you guys are from. No, listen. The Arsenal Tottenham has to be at Saturday 12:30. You can't play that game in the evening. Kick off. You know what I mean? You can't be doing them things. Manchester Derby, you can play that anytime, man. It's a calm game. Man United fans every season turn into Man City fans. They have been celebrating every Man City Premier League win. You know, they've been stopping Liverpool. Man United fans have been there. Listen, Man City, we have to keep it real. Yeah. I didn't even know this was a game, bro. I don't even remember it being advertised that Man United were playing Man City. So for me, I can't class this as a big game. This Newcastle Sunderland, that's a bigger game. Portsmouth Southampton, that's a bigger game. There's loads of games. Villa Birmingham, bigger game.
This game only became relevant after like 2008 as well. Like before then, who really cared? You know what I mean? Like,
Arsenal Tottenham? Listen, no, we have to keep it real because Arsenal Tottenham, Arsenal. Growing up, we didn't even lose to Tottenham for 10 years, but still, it was a big game. You know, it was a game where that's a rivalry. Tottenham are 16th. We're doing up invincibles and all of this kind of stuff. These still a big game. Henry, you got him celebrating at their stadium because we won the league there. It's a big game. So United fans don't care about Man City, bro. I'm sorry.
You want to tell me about during those days that Pavlyuchenko versus Shamaki was a big game, yeah? You want to tell me those days, yeah? Listen, time has come, yeah. No one wants to watch the rivalry between Jesus and Richarlison as a big rivalry. Oh, Richarlison versus Jesus. Bro, it's Ronaldo, CR7, Haaland. Special. KDB. Look at those players. Bilal, you guys are playing Ben White. These are no games. Everyone around the world don't care. It's BT, bro. Why didn't Sky knock and say, we're going to show that live? We'll show it. No more. It's Darren Fletcher.
This is a new one to me. I've been agendas on what channel the games are. I've never heard this one before.
This Arsenal.
BT's a big channel. Who's got Champions League? Just tell me who's got the Champions League right now.
They're only
is the Champions League now irrelevant?
I hear Hamza's point because normally the biggest Premier League games are like, I know we had the Merseyside Derby on BT, but that's like Premier League recent heritage, right? Merseyside Derby is one of them's always on. They always have a few crackers, Merseyside derbies on BT, but Arsenal Tottenham feels like a Sky Sports game, if you know what I mean. But no, I get like
but these TV companies, why would BT every year they're seeing Arsenal Tottenham on Sky? I wouldn't be happy. I want that on my 12:30 slot that they have to fill because they got that spot. Man City, Man United. It's at 2:00. Why is it not at 4:00 or 4:30? Why is it not the main event? That's what I want to know.
Because of the security reasons now. See, it's a security. It's a big game. Listen, Manchester Derby, it's a big game. You guys don't understand. And now it's about competition rivalry. You know, people don't care about that locality rivalry, I believe. They don't care about this. Oh, Arsenal Tottenham. People care about like the big now, the next upcoming 10 years, it will be like Liverpool, Man City. Those are big games because everyone wants to watch the best. You want to watch the best boxing game. You want to watch the best boxers in the world. Arsenal, Tottenham, they're competing for fourth place. That's the ambition.
You said Arsenal were fighting for the league. What happened?
Like me playing Ben is a big game. Ben, you have to think about it for 2 weeks. Sleepless nights for 2 weeks. These guys are going to shake hands afterwards and say, don't worry, we're the biggest team in North London. But what are you going to aim for?
Shake hands? No. This is fake news. Talk. Okay, you know what? We'll do this debate, but honestly, what are your thoughts on Man United? Are you scared of them? Are you scared of getting hit on the counter again? Because you guys right now, John Stones is injured. You said that Kanji's doing all right. Like Walker, that guy is he playing? Tell me. I want to know.
I think, listen, luckily people calling up players like what's his name, Akanji as a failure. And I told you, he's a great player. You saw what he did to Spain. He was amazing. He scored and assisted. He's only 18 million. People spending for
He's
fun.
not played a single game for you, Hamza. He's not played a single
Spain.
game. How can you say that?
Spain, Zaragoza. He went there and he broke.
Who's he on about? Sorry.
Akanji, a guy who was average at Borussia Dortmund.
So hang on. Can I just put in here? Yeah. So Hamza's club has literally spent half a billion on defenders in Pep's reign, but the one time they signed somebody for what 17 million, now all of a sudden you're the Saints and you have this good approach at spending money on defenders, bro. You've paid more for your defenders than well, it's probably close. Our whole team probably comes up to a similar amount as what you've paid for defenders under Pep.
No, but the thing is, Man City had to spend that money to catch up, and Pep had a poor, like when he took over.
You winning titles before Pep,
you know that like there's no way anyone can do with Zabaleta 34.
You were winning
Saka
titles with
34,
Lescott, bro.
And Kolarov.
That, man.
So it was difficult. He had to get the back line. He tried it for a year, and he said, "I can't do this." But when he did get his money, he changed it. Look, we don't spend a lot of money, but now City are the best spenders. Like, we're smart spenders. 51 million on Haaland.
Oh, yeah.
15 million on Akanji. Alvarez 10 million. Guys, you can't get better than Man City now. We've got that standard now.
About a year ago, you spent 100 million on Jack Grealish. So if you're talking smart, then hey.
Jack Grealish, he'll come good. He's already proved you guys wrong against Wolves already. You saw him. He was one of the best players in that game.
Oh,
and
that's it. Proof was all wrong, yeah.
So,
that's it.
So at the end of the day, I think, look, Akanji is a special player. I'm so upset Stones got injured. But I think against Man United, guys, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a big joke that you're comparing Man United to us. We'll thump them, 100%. We'll thump Man United. The only way Man United will beat us, listen, the only way even they'll get a draw, they have to pack the bus. You think Man United can come toe-to-toe with Man City? Are you joking?
Oh, they've got a better record against you than you have in the last few years, so they're doing something right.
It's like Muhammad Ali fighting some random boxer. It's a joke, bro. You can't fight.
Well, you know that fight when Muhammad Ali was on the ropes doing the rope-a-dope? What was he doing? He was defending and hitting on the counter-attack.
No,
exactly what Man United has done to you.
Listen, there's no way Man United are not our standards. We know. Look at the players they've got. The people, McTominay, Fred. This guy
They've been causing you problems. They've been causing you problems.
Varane can't start for France. Are you joking? Varane can't start for France. This guy's Malacia, whatever his name is. This guy is.
I saw there's a swear word in
the
Greek.
likes of Cancelo, Kyle Walker, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Haaland up front, Alvarez waiting, Foden's there. Come on, generational. That's one of the best.
Wait. Foden, I was listening to something. I jumped in one of your spaces. I'm hearing you say Foden could play for Brazil. What were you saying? You're saying he's generational talent. I think he's this and that. But listen,
I think
Foden. We saw the truth. We saw the truth against Germany.
Foden's not generational. Does he start for this Brazil team? I don't think so. Well, because Neymar plays in the 10. Vinicius, you got Rafinha or Anthony. I don't think he necessarily starts.
Jesus.
Are you playing Foden up top?
Let me tell you something. Jesus couldn't start for Man City at Manchester City.
Okay.
This guy's like Cool. Will never walk into City's bench. Foden starts for Man City.
That's cool. Foden's not a striker.
Yeah, but okay, as a midfielder, you got Fred, Casemiro, Vinicius.
They don't play centre mid.
Who's the other side?
He's not playing.
We got Paqueta, we got Bruno Guimaraes, we got Fabinho.
Foden's not playing in a double pivot for Brazil.
Listen, you guys are I've never seen an English player apart from Gascoigne and Wayne Rooney who I've seen. I can throw the ball in the air, beautiful control, bro. he's elegant. The way he gets the ball,
Lampard and Gerrard did that for fun.
He glides. You know,
Carrick
to glide.
did that for
See
fun.
Iniesta, they glide. They glide when you see them run with the ball. It's smooth. Nothing's made hard. You know, Foden is a generational talent. The thing is, Foden, what
He's
lets
not
him down?
generational. He's not generational.
He's not generational.
Foden's brilliant. He's not generational. He is not.
So who's generation for England then?
Trent.
England don't have a generation.
The England Player of the Year, Bukayo
England don't have a
Saka.
generational player.
You
That's
guys
the
are
generation.
over-hating Foden a bit. Like, he is a...
I'm not. Again, we know Foden's brilliant. He's not generational.
Listen, let me give you an example.
Like, do you hold on. No, hold on. Do you actually know what that word means?
There's nothing wrong in not being generational.
We're talking Ronaldinho, talking about R9.
Yes, yeah,
We're talking about Messi.
Yeah,
he's not generational.
No, but when I say that, I'm saying as an English talent, he's a generational. England don't have those.
He's not.
I've never seen germs like that in England. I have not.
I've seen.
Okay, if he's so generational, he's got to do something for England. And in the Euros, man was playing right wing. He was a first choice right winger. What happens to him? Gets hooked, and Saka takes his position, and he's never been the same since when it comes to the England setup. If you're generational, you play regardless of the manager, regardless of the system. You show your quality game in, game out, like an Erling Haaland. He can play for any team in the world.
It depends on like the parameters of like Prime said, like what do you class as generational, right? According to Prime's definition, generational, you've got to be literally like the best player in the world. Fine. I feel like maybe in Hamza's definition, to be generational, you've got to be like, I don't know, the top 5 sort of young talent in the world right now, which I would.
But Foden isn't even top 5 best talents in the world. Is he even top in his position?
Let's just end this.
What even is his position? I want to know.
England under 17 have never won a World Cup. Humble yourself. He took that England team.
Dominic Solanke and Ryan Brewster were in that team, I'm pretty sure. No, Ryan Brewster definitely was. It was Ryan Brewster.
I'm defending you, Hamza.
Name me player of the tournament from England who would go to the World Cup under 17 that
Ryan Brewster got a golden boot in that tournament.
We cannot talk about kids football, bro.
Foden carried that team. England would never have gone to
A player of the tournament was Sancho. Then Sancho got dragged back to, and then Foden took over. Sancho carried that team until I remember that.
Sancho,
Eddie Nketiah is England's top under 21 top goal scorer. Is he a generational talent? Yes or no?
Who?
No.
Nketiah.
So Nketiah, he's a top goal scorer for England's under 21, more than Alan Shearer, all of these strikers.
To win the World Cup for England under 17, you have to be special. He took.
All right, Ryan Brewster's special then. Ryan Brewster's special.
No, Ryan Brewster.
Ryan Brewster scored a hat trick against the Brazil. I think.
Let's trigger that buyback clause. What was it, like 30 mil? Let's do it, man.
Hey, Liverpool fans. Hey, allowed read this, Ryan Brewster.
And Gallagher linking up, yeah.
And on top of that, the last statement, yeah. When you play for Pep Guardiola, guys, humble yourself. Humble yourself, because the guy had Xavi. You know, you have to sit down on the floor. Like when Xavi and Iniesta were playing on Messi, and he's coming out and telling me that Foden is a generational. You think I'm good? Saka will never start for.
Wait, hang on. Did Xavi say that?
Wait, Saka who didn't start for who? Tell me.
Saka will never start for Guardiola, 100%. He'll never. He's not that talented.
Hang on. You've been saying that you're gonna sign Saka.
Confused.
On Twitter
no, I want Saka, but he's not as good as Foden talent-wise.
So it's just
he's better than Mahrez.
Saka is a smarter player than even Foden, so I don't know why he's smarter.
I don't know about that.
He's stronger. No. Saka, watch Saka play, and you'll see he's smart. You want to know smart ballers? Go watch Musiala. That's a smart player.
Oh, Musiala's class, man.
You want to look smart, Pedri. Bro, Foden, I'm telling you, he's been so overhyped. He's been protected by Pep Guardiola. He's been in this man's system. Yes, he's a top talent.
I want to see his quotes.
Put in some mad pedestal, which he's not on.
Again, Foden's brilliant. He's a baller. But when you take that step and say generational, like a lot of fans do this nowadays, they give players generational tag that they don't deserve. Like, let's just chill. I've heard Chelsea fans say Mount generational. United fans have said Rashford's generational. Arsenal fans have said Saka. Let's just chill on this word, please. The likes of what Rooney did when he broke through. He did it for over a decade. Like, let's just relax. Foden's not. If you think Foden's actually generational, then he has to prove it come the end of his career. And I don't think he will. He has to do something special. And I don't think he's going to do that.
I'm happy with what Prime says, and I think me and Ben know realistically there's only really one youngster in this sort of sphere that is actually generational because he's featured in multiple FIFA Team of the Years, multiple UEFA Team of the Years. He's won every trophy you can win, and his name is
got
Trent.
a better all-round game.
And his name is Trent Alexander-Arnold. But fine, whatever. He's rejuvenated.
They're saying Trippier's better, bro. They're saying Trippier's better. You're gonna have to fight your corner.
Listen, Bilal, you know more about football than Gareth Southgate, so let's just leave it at that, man.
Now, listen, my guy Laporta, we're putting in a little bid. I spoke to him, Barcelona, 100 million. I'm hearing.
No way.
Trent, I don't know what you Liverpool fans are saying, but I need to see Trent play Xavi ball. I'm sorry. I need.
And how can you not start for England? Imagine you're generational, but you can't even start for England.
Because you're gonna
from all the countries.
Clown in charge.
You get smoked against Fulham. You're getting smoked against Crystal Palace. You're getting blamed against Napoli, but you're generational. You're so generational that you're being cooked every single Saturday. You're the first guy that everyone says, "Guy, get Trent. He's the guy."
I don't agree. I don't agree with the Trent generational tag. However, he is a better player than Foden. Like if you are going to call a player generational, it would more likely be Trent than it is Foden.
Nah, you can't say no.
Trent has evolved,
and I don't agree. I don't agree personally that either of them are generational. But if you're going to call one player and you're going to give him that tag, then it should be Trent over Foden.
Yep. I'm gonna just say Emil Smith Rowe is better than Foden. You'll find out soon. You'll find out soon.
I love Smith Rowe, but there's no way.
No, bro, you man, the injuries I got him, but when he comes back,
fuming, man.
Listen,
Foden hype.
Listen, one of the things that Foden does so well, and I've seen footballers. I've seen the likes of Luis Figo. I've seen the likes of Rui Costa. I've seen those guys control a ball. I'm thinking Dennis Bergkamp, and I thought, wow. When I see Foden. Yeah, I'm not saying he's that level. But you see the ball control. He makes it look easy.
Wait, hold on.
He glides with the ball. The way he needs players who are special. Special players.
You said you named Figo and Bergkamp, and you said I'm not saying he's that level. If he's generational, then he is that level. He has to be.
Those players were exceptional.
He has to.
I'm putting there.
But
no, don't hang on.
Generational. If you're generational, you're exceptional.
Hamza, it's the other way round. It's the other way round. Those players are generational. Foden's exceptional. Like that's how it should be.
No, because the thing is, when I see Foden, I just see he's 22 years old. He's won 4 league titles. He plays for the greatest manager ever, and the greatest manager ever saying he's special. I've managed the likes of Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets.
I didn't know Bob Paisley managed Man City.
This guy is old, and he's only 22. Guys, midfielders peak at the age of 27. Yeah, Busquets peak. He's still peak. Xavi, Iniesta. Where was Xavi, Iniesta in 22? Let's go. How old was Xavi, Iniesta? 96, 97. I want to know. Where were they? So you have to judge. I'm not saying he's better than Xavi, Iniesta. What I'm saying is, you have to bring those players at the age of 22. I want to see them. 22 years old.
Is he better than Cruyff?
What do you mean? Where was Xavi? Mate, they was winning Champions Leagues at 22.
No, 22 he wasn't. Xavi at 22 was 98, I think. It was Guardiola starting and Cocu and all that stuff.
No,
Xavi was in the bench.
2002. Right, fair. But still, like, all right.
Also, was still in the slump, in the dumps them times, man.
Yeah.
League titles, guys.
They were building.
Titles it's hard to win. And to impress Man City, like a player to impress Guardiola and say, Guardiola, I'm benching Mahrez. I'm benching this guy. Sometimes even he benches Bernardo.
At the age of 22, Andres Iniesta, I believe, won a Champions League. So
how old was he?
Yeah, 22 in
Schwartz won a Champions League at 22.
He was born in 1984. 22 years after that was the year 2006.
Was he 22 at 2006?
Yep.
Xavi was there 2002.
No, Iniesta.
No, Iniesta is special, yeah. But I'm saying, where's Xavi? I want to see Xavi. Where's Xavi?
Xavi was 26. Oh, no, anyway.
See, yeah, there you are. So let's take away 2002. Where was Xavi? Where was Xavi in 2002? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's the level of Xavi Iniesta. I'm just saying.
They don't play. Oh, wait, no, hold on. How do you contradict yourself? I compare him with Figo, Xavi, and Iniesta. I'm not saying he's like Xavi and Iniesta. I'm not saying, but like when you like, what are you doing? Well, and also, Xavi doesn't play the same position Foden does. Not even Iniesta does. Like, so
But
compare
the
him
quality, we're
to
talking about the
players that
quality.
have played in this position.
Without
No,
Foden.
quality
Listen,
and
Foden
different
is
when
yet
you're
to
playing in that
even.
position.
Foden is yet to even fully take over the Man City midfield. The guy is still chilling on the wing, and he's not a winger.
He starts.
Over
It
who?
is-
If everyone's fit, De Bruyne,
That's on the other
Gundogan,
side, left
Bernardo
side,
Silva, left
Rodri.
side.
Yeah. People,
What,
when I
left
speak
wing?
to Barcelona
Left wing.
fans,
He's been doing his thing. He's been doing a job at left wing at times. Because
Listen.
Grealish, the money 100 million man, ain't doing his job.
it's true. That one I put my hand up. Yeah, Grealish hasn't impressed and he needs to. But Foden this year, last year, Foden did a lot for my team. He won me games against the likes of Everton. He was cooking PSG. He cooked Real Madrid. He should have finished Real Madrid. We should
Are
have
you
finished
sure?
them.
Are you sure?
Real Madrid, look,
Because
we had Real Madrid.
Jesus was
we
cooking.
had-
Jesus was cooking against Roma.
We had
I
this greatest club that you guys call Real Madrid. I swear to God, yeah. You know this greatest club that you guys take.
Yeah, they knocked you out. Well done.
No, the one that knocked me out. 40%, 45%
Yeah.
possession at the
Doesn't
Bernabeu.
matter.
What?
That
What a
means
great.
nothing.
Foden
That means
was
nothing. That
Foden.
means nothing. That means
We
nothing.
had
That means
58%, they had
nothing.
42. And then
It means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing.
When you
It means
pass
nothing.
Foden,
It means
humble
nothing.
yourself, man.
It means
People cuss
nothing. It
Foden
means
so
nothing.
much, man. Disrespect is so bad. He's
We're
lucky
not.
to
No
be
one's
here.
cussing
We're lucky.
Foden.
So you want credit
Nothing-
because
no one's
you
cussing
had more
Foden.
possession, but still got knocked out of the
No one's
Champions
cussing
League.
Foden.
I
No one's
just
cussing
blame
Foden.
Prime. I'll blame Southgate. Southgate, that song, Southgate, you're the
It's
one.
not South.
That
It's not
Foden
South.
song, yeah?
It's not.
That
Hold on.
you
Hold
all
on.
of you, yeah?
You know whose fault it is? You know whose fault it
Football
is?
coming
If
home.
you want to blame anyone, blame you for calling him generational.
Mhm.
Blame yourself
I
for
agree.
calling him generational.
I agree.
I'm not comparing him to the likes of Zico and all that, but I'm just saying you have to look at his age.
Yes, you are, because you're naming.
He's
Stop
English.
naming these guys. Yes, you are.
Bro, England are producing players like Welbeck, Danny Welbeck, Emil Heskey that played for Liverpool. Are you joking? These guys were starting for football. For
What
England.
treble winning
Hey,
Emil
I mean,
why
he's
you
looking
meant?
at-
Why
Oh,
not?
yeah.
Why not mention?
He's
Why
not
not
many
mention?
players. Where was Lampard for England? Where was Gerrard for England? Where were they?
Oh, I knew it was
And
coming.
why
what
not-
do you mean?
why
Where
not
were they?
mention-
This guy is 22. You're already
Wait,
blaming.
hold on,
Where
hold
was
on,
Gerrard
hold
for
on.
England?
And I can
Why do
tell you
mention-
something, Hamza.
Why do you
He'll
mention?
win-
Why do you mention Heskey? Why not mention what Rooney did? Gerrard, Lampard,
Rooney, I'm
Beckham.
not gonna-
Mention
No,
these
but-
actual ballers who are, you could arguably say, generational. Mention these guys.
Hamza,
I
let me
know.
tell you something as well. Yeah, Foden will win the same amount as Gerrard and Lampard of England. So let's just leave it at that, bro.
And
Right.
wait, one more thing before we move on.
Yep.
Tell Foden to come outside when he gets
Oh.
one.
Nah. What I'm gonna say here, right? First of all, the boss is
Sterling should have won that. Sterling should have won.
What I'm gonna say here, right? Never like who that this is just Bilal trying to score points here.
No,
Nobody
listen.
cares.
You know, I care because Bukayo Saka, 2-time back-to-back Arsenal Player of the Year, first guy to do that since the great Thierry Henry. Now as an England Player of the Year, you saw what he did against Germany in just that few minutes that he came on.
Oh wow.
This is a guy who's played under Unai Emery,
Bilal,
Mikel
Bilal,
Arteta, Gareth
Bilal,
Southgate, and he's
Bilal,
still
let's be
showing you
honest.
man levels.
Jack
Foden,
Wilshere won like
let's
Foden.
be honest. Bilal, hold on. Bilal, let's be honest. We all know why Saka. We all know why he won the England Player of the Year award. We all know
Tell
why.
me
Let's
why.
be honest.
Tell me why. He
We
was
all
the
know
best
why.
player.
We all
That's why
know
he
why.
won it.
No,
we
no,
don't
he
know
won
why.
it
We don't
because
know
of
why.
what happened in the Euros last year. We all know that's
Nah,
why
they-
he won it because of what happened in the Euros last year.
They
That's
could have
the
gave it
only
to
reason why.
Sancho.
Let's be
They could have given it to
honest,
Rashford.
No,
No,
it should
no.
it should have been Sterling. It should have been Sterling.
I
They gave it
agree,
to
it should have been
Saka to
Sterling.
pat him on the back, caught him like a baby. Ooh, the little baby. Ooh, baby boy Saka. Ooh, that's what they. Let's be honest. That's what they've done. Everyone, he has this protection around him, where we can't say anything bad. We can't criticize. Let's protect Saka. We can't have anything. Yada yada yada. Listen, when Saka goes to the big boys, we'll see what he's really on. When he goes to City or goes to Liverpool or whatever,
Man said to City, he's not going anywhere, mate. He's not going anywhere.
He's going.
It seems
He's
like you
going.
guys are hurt.
Alright, cool.
You
If
guys are hurt.
Saka-
I'm putting it up
Cool.
again.
If Saka, cool. If Saka doesn't leave Arsenal, will end up being worse than Alex Iwobi if he doesn't leave. But cool, enjoy.
Brother, you're Nigerian, man. Big
I
up
think-
Iwobi,
I
man.
think-
That's
I think-
important
I
there.
think-
Omar as well, man. You love Iwobi. Come on. Can't let
I
that
love
slide.
what?
Iwobi, man. We can't let a man just slander Iwobi, bro. That's a good player.
I didn't slander Iwobi. I
that's
said he would
calm.
be worse than Iwobi. I said he
Man
was
said
than
worse. No.
Listen,
Yeah.
I feel Bilal. You know one thing I have to say. One thing, yeah. You know one thing you have to understand. Players when they go and meet international guys, they meet each other. So they meet Trent, and Trent shows him, look at my medal, Champions League. I've got it. He meets Foden. Foden's got. No, 1 second. There's my Premier League. There's the second one. Hold on. The other one dropped. Well, guys, who's got my other Premier League? I've got 4. Saka gets asked, "What do you have? What do you have?"
You
got-
got
he's
man of the
got-
match, man of the
He's
match.
got more
FA
than
Cup.
he's got more than
FA
Harry
Cup.
Kane. That's all I know. He's got more than Harry Kane.
He can chat to
That's all I
Ward-Prowse. He can chat to Ward-Prowse. Him and Ward-Prowse are the only guy looking at each other. You have to go to a special
bro,
team.
Grizz, I'm
Harry
kicking-
Kane,
listen,
Harry
I'm
Kane, Harry
kicking-
Kane
I'm
would
kicking
die for
anyone out
one
with a
of
Wobie
Saka's FA
slander,
Cups,
Grizz. Don't worry. I'm kicking anyone out with a Wobie slander. We'll not have it on this channel.
Hey, listen, I didn't slander Iwobi. He's my guy. I'm saying that Saka will be worse than Iwobi. This
Bro, you
perception
got respect.
that Arsenal
Come on. A lot of guys.
hold on. This perception that Arsenal fans had of Iwobi being quote unquote bad because Arsenal were finishing 8th and couldn't do anything. That's what Saka will be. He will stagnate and drop massively. And I rate Saka highly. I want him to have a brilliant career, winning trophies and dominating. He's not going to do that at Arsenal. Let's just be real.
At the end of the day,
I disagree.
At the end of the day, we can talk about this England thing as well before we get into predictions for the Manchester Derby because we need to move on to the North London Derby. Playing for England, like Danny Welbeck was Peter Crouch, they were immense for England, like ahead of people that were actually better footballers than them. So it's just a thing, like people play better for country than they play for club. Like it happens sometimes. It's not a lot, but there's a few people that do. So hey, it is what it is. But guys, we need to actually get into some predictions for the Manchester Derby before we move on. So I'm gonna start with we'll end on Hamza. I'll start. I'm just gonna say I think we're gonna see what we've seen and what I expect. City to have a lot of the ball, United to hit them on the counter, and I think they will hit them on the counter. I don't think City are quite up to scratch as they were. And I think we could see a 2-1 Man United. Bilal?
Yeah, I can't lie. Just reading something right now, and I'm hearing that Marcus Rashford might be out for the game. And if he is out for the game, and Martial's already out, long day for them guys. Because Mr. Ronaldo, that brother needs to retire anyway, man. Like Ronaldo, please, this is a message to you. If you're watching somehow, my guy, pack it in. We're tired of watching you play football, man. 38 years old, you had a good career. Call it a day. So thank you, Cristiano. So yeah, honestly, Man United, if it's not on the counter, they've improved defensively a lot. They're playing this kind of mid-block with Ten Hag. I'm actually kind of impressed with Ten Hag already. I can see what he's trying to do, even though I know this is not his football, but he's showing he's flexible, he's demanding. I think in the future, yeah, Man United could be back, with this manager. So I'm not counting them out in the future, but for this game, it's too early for them to be doing anything against Man City away from home. I'll go 2-0 City. Haaland might get 2 of them. De Bruyne right now is looking good as well. So yeah, I'll go 2-0 Man City. Yeah, that's my prediction.
Yeah, that Rashford and Martial news is makes me want to change my mind, but I've got to stick to my guns. So we're sticking with it. I'm gonna
maybe Elanga will do something for you, man.
Don't worry, I'll get him in my fantasy team. Ben.
I hate this game because I wish both teams could lose. Hate both clubs. Hate United more, obviously, but City are like new rivals because obviously they only became relevant about 10 years ago. But for this game, I want a United win. Do I see United win? No. Hamza said a lot of their players played over international, so maybe they'll be a bit laggy. So I'm going to go for 1-1.
1-1. Guys, shout out to 1892 Reds podcast. The guys were on before for the quiz. If you ain't seen the quizzes on here, they're pretty legendary. Boys, you're still in the quiz league. So whenever you're free, give us a shout and we'll get the quizzes going. But Prime, Manchester Derby prediction.
I think it's on mute.
Yeah, Prime, you're on mute.
Adamus, bro, you there? Unless Hamza, you want to just jump in?
Yeah,
you might as well just give your prediction.
I think we'll beat them 3-1. Easy, man. Easy.
Oh,
there's
sorry.
nothing. Yeah, go on, Prime. What was the score?
Just prediction. City United prediction.
Is he?
Oh no! Sorry,
Yeah, I think the connection's just going for a little bit.
Bad.
Yeah, Hamza, you just give him a few minutes, just maybe.
So basically, I'll say, listen, I know their game.
I'm saying Hamza, you go.
Yeah, I know how they're gonna play. They're gonna play this counter attack, sit back like Burnley football, and they're excited about it and hit us on the counter. But it ain't gonna work because There's no way KDB is gonna rattle them. Bernardo, these guys are killing them. We've got them on the floor. They're taking their last breaths. We'll beat them 3-1, 4-1, 4-0, and they'll come up and start complaining again. Owners out, Glazers out. Oh, we should start protesting tomorrow or next week. Again, we're back to the level. Listen, we know how to play them. Pep will not lose against United. Them. He understands how Ole plays, and Ten Hag, I don't think the guy used to pick up cones for Pep Guardiola by Munich. Are you joking? The guy used to pick up cones. I'm telling you now. By Munich, no chance of beating that, man.
Okay, no, you know what? Fair, because like that's actually interesting. I'll keep forgetting about the Guardiola Ten Hag thing, but yeah, it is interesting, right? For me, the main event this week, well, it's not the main event. City United's on Sky Sports is going to have to be the main event, and it's a Sunday. But one game I absolutely love watching because these games are always entertaining. North London goes crazy. I think we lost Prime, but he'll be back. Arsenal versus Tottenham, man. Like, from just what I remember like this crazy games, people fighting, big goals like Lamella's Rabona. I remember the comeback when a few years ago where Spurs went 2-0 up at the Emirates and then Guendouzi like put in a bit of a shift in midfield. Obviously you have the White Hart Lane League victory. Bilal.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
Sorry,
did I just? Yeah, should I just?
You're back.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, you are top of the league. Spurs, they're unbeaten. Something kind of has to go, but what's gonna happen, man?
Yeah, well, typically in recent years, it's been the home team normally wins the North London Derby, so I'm kind of expecting more of the same. I think when Arsenal played the Emirates, actually, if we just talk about how Arsenal played at the Emirates this season, I think you'd notice that Arsenal actually conceded more goals at the Emirates. I don't think we kept a clean sheet at the Emirates in maybe 9 games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we play very aggressive, at home, and we go for it from minute 1 to minute 90. So a lot of the time there is chances for the opposition. And if you're looking at a team like Tottenham with Kane, Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski seems like he's going to be out of the game. On the transition, on the counter, that is where Tottenham could find some joy. Man United found some joy doing the same thing against Arsenal in the United-Arsenal game at Old Trafford. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game tactically, but I expect Arsenal to just blitz them, to be honest. I think first half, I'd expect Arsenal to just come all guns blazing, pardon the pun, and just absolutely tear them a new one. Was it 3-0 at half-time last season?
Yeah,
Arsenal, Tottenham.
Red card as well, right? Rob Holding.
That was the return game.
You're
the first game.
Sorry, yeah.
Talk about the first game where Arsenal were 3-0 up. I expect more of the same, to be honest. At home, I think it's just a different. I think Tottenham have won maybe once in the last. Someone correct me in the comments, man. I think since 2012. I think 2012 they might have won like just one game. And as I said, yeah, this game normally the home team tends to win. And Arsenal in a good way of form right now. A lot of our players as well have been resting during the international break, apart from like the likes of Saka, Saliba. I think those are the two that actually played quite a bit. But apart from that, yeah, I expect Arsenal, to just wipe the floor.
If we pan back to last year, that sort of game, it was around a similar time that Saka and Smith Rowe scoring, that sort of not kick-started, but like that really got the Arteta momentum going at Arsenal again, I feel. Because it was a bit stale. I know you won a bit of a winning streak before that, but like just the vibes of the Emirates just went up. You got the Saka and Smith Rowe song, like credit where credit's due. Like, chat, you're gonna call me like a mini Grizz, but like the Arsenal fans, like they've come into form in terms of like supporting the team. Like they're loud. The support, like the Emirates for big games, like now is a pretty. I think it's a pretty fun place to be. If I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't say it's intimidating, but like they do get behind the team a lot. So Ben, like coming to you on this Arsenal versus Tottenham, so as a Liverpool fan, right? We're just trying to get our points. Do you look at any of these teams and think, right, if they get a win here, there's going to be some sort of like sustained title charge, like additional momentum that gives whoever wins this game like a leap into a massive like set of form?
Yeah, I guess so. I think obviously these huge games are massive for confidence and your mentality, your morale. If you lose these games, it can obviously
Man,
to
it's
the
like the
people
old
that
days, me and you.
I know, yeah, everyone's left us. Um, but yeah, no, you're right. I think
Don't worry,
it's
I'm just here.
massively
I'm just here. Don't worry.
these games are, for fans, for the players, the staff, like everyone, you have to win these games, and it's huge. And like you said, mate, it's a game where, for me, in previous years, I've loved watching it. It's entertaining. It's probably the best derby to watch, to be honest, in terms of like
Yeah,
the football, the stuff that might happen, the controversy, all that kind of stuff. But for a Liverpool, like for us, our perspective, this has been the first North London derby that I've actually like cared about the result for a long time, because if Arsenal lose and we win, I know we have to win and we haven't been winning, but we'll only be 6 behind top. And I'm not justifying as at all this season because I don't need justifying. But what I will say is, if our season has been disastrous, like we're all here saying, and all of these things that we're out of it and all of that, 6 points for me doesn't sound bad.
yeah.
So you'll still be top, won't you, if you lose?
If we no, Tottenham will go above us because Tottenham will have
Okay,
They have
right.
17, we have
Yeah.
18. So yeah,
All
if
right.
they
I've not looked
win,
at the league table
they
all
go top.
season, so okay,
And that's
first.
Man City win. Yeah, Man City's goal difference is mad. So if they beat Man United, they'll go top in that scenario. But it's not happening because we're winning. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't
I
even
mean,
do the calculation.
but I'm just looking forward to it. Like I said at the start of the stream, these 3 weeks about football, and now I've got 2 big derby games coming up. Liverpool are back, so I'm just gonna put my feet up this weekend, maybe get a couple drinks in, and watch this absolute Barclays that should unfold before our very eyes.
You know what? Like, probably for the first time, you as a Liverpool fan, you're probably looking at these 2 games going, I want 2 draws. Just
Yeah.
let the big boys take points off each other now, just so we can get back into the fold. Like, it's early days. I was speaking to my mate about this earlier. We're 6 games into a 38 game season, man, and like so much has happened. Like, if you look at Man United, man, like it feels like they've had a whole season already. They were in the dumps. Now they're the best team on earth. Like, it's crazy how all of that's happened, and it's just been 6 games. I know, like, life and everything around the world has been so hectic. It probably feels like a bit more intense than it probably has been, but still, man, we're 6 games in. But Hamza, I'm gonna come back to you. Arsenal. I want to talk about Arteta, because obviously, like Ten Hag, he was laying out cones for Guardiola. Are you how impressed are you seeing him now come into his own and sort of take on that managerial mantle after a few years at Arsenal and really become like that guy, and sort of mold into a mini mini Guardiola? Do you think on a tactical level he's close? I could be talking to absolutely no one right now, but I'm gonna try anyway. Oh my god.
If not, I'll just answer that
Yeah,
question anyway.
no,
While
you answer it.
Hamza works out whatever he's doing. Arteta has, he's come on leaps and bounds, I'd say, in the last maybe since getting rid of Aubameyang. I'd say the team
Yeah.
has actually improved a lot. I think before that, I had so many question marks about Mikel Arteta, his managing personalities, big players. I'm like, come on, like if you're gonna like have a beef, let's say, with every player that you don't get on with 100%, like, are you really going to be able to actually build something sustainable? Because you can't fight. Imagine you can't sign a striker one day, that's 350k, and then next day you're telling him that you don't want him. You're kicking him out the team. Mesut Ozil, yes, probably was finished by the point Arteta got him out, but still, the way it ended, wasn't great. The way he left the club. Guendouzi, that was another situation. That was the one with Guendouzi and Saliba at the time when Guendouzi actually, when he beefed Mope and ended up getting ostracized from the squad. I looked at that situation. I thought, Arteta, man, what are you doing? Like, Guendouzi's only like 21 years old. Like, of course, he might be a bit immature, but I know if Arsene Wenger was there and he saw Guendouzi doing that, he's not going to kick him out. He's going to nurture him and make sure, Guendouzi grows up as a man and then becomes a player for Arsenal. Arteta, he wasn't doing none of that. And maybe somehow Mikel Arteta's looked at what Wenger used to do as a manager And he's seen maybe those sort of aspects, and he's thought, you know what, that's not for me. Because Guardiola, on the other hand, is a ruthless guy.
I mean,
He
he's
doesn't
grown up
take,
under Guardiola, hasn't he? He's seen
yeah,
both sides of it. He's seen what both of them, Guardiola and Wenger, do. He's obviously, it's worked wonders for Guardiola. How people, because he plays pretty football, he talks in a nice way, whatever. They forget how ruthless he actually is. Wenger, you could probably say in the final years, where you didn't really win much, you won a few trophies or whatever. It was lovely on the eye, everything was perfect, but like, he wasn't ruthless enough to get those trophies. So go for it.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of Wenger's downfalls was not rebuilding properly the team. He would always have he tried to do things kind of like for like. If you kind of look at the way he brought players, Nasri when he came in was kind of like meant to be like Perez. Abu Diaby was meant to kind of be like, you know, Patrick Vieira. Fabregas could have that free role, maybe be like the Dennis Bergkamp of the team, be that main man in terms of linking up the midfield, the attack, and, you know, Fabregas the way he was. Van Persie could have been that mad striker for us. So and even Walcott, there's a lot of things you could say like Walcott and Freddie Ljungberg. There's a lot of qualities they kind of had that were kind of similar. So I think Wenger, in a lot of ways, was very idealistic, and he always failed though at trying to. I don't know what it was. For example, I don't know if you guys remember Almunia. Like this, we had Almunia cost us a Champions League final, and for some reason, the guy was still playing for Arsenal years after that. You know, William Gallas coming into the back. Johan Giroud, Senderos. I'm seeing funny defenders. I think that's where Wenger kind of failed. And when you look at what Arteta actually did at Arsenal, he didn't actually sign an attacker for a really long time. I think this might be the first year he's actually signed an attacker in terms of Jesus. He started off with Gabriel, with Ben White, with Tomiyasu, you know, Ramsdale. Wenger would have never done that. He would have started off with the striker, with the attacking midfielder, with the winger. But Arteta's kind of done it back to front. And I think he's learned a lot from the mistakes of Wenger. And don't forget his time at Everton under Moyes. I think that's another point where, you know, we look at Arteta's development. He's had Moyes, he's had Wenger, and now Pep Guardiola. 3 different styles of manager, all kind of influencing him. And then, of course, he's a young man studying the game. He's got his own outlook as well. So I think he's an interesting character, and Arsenal have let him make so many mistakes. We're keeping it real. Finishing 8th back-to-back is unacceptable. It should be nearly impossible if you're managing Arsenal. He did it, and he still was in a job, got a new contract. So he's one of the luckiest men in the world in that sense, that the ownership was very patient with him.
They also might see something in him, though.
You can see,
they gas him up. They say he's top in terms of tactics, everything. Yeah,
the Arsenal documentary, like Josh Kroenke, he really looks like he's taken a liking to Arteta. So, like, fair play, because like it's like you say, it's modern day football. Like, teams are just managed. Mate, look at Watford, man. 17 managers since 20 in the last 12 years. I think
they're just an exception, aren't they? Like,
the same applies. Like, guys are just getting sacked, and it's just rough. But Ben, on that, actually, I wanted to ask you before we get predictions in. Do you kind of see similarities maybe in Klopp and Wenger in the sense that they're really loving and caring to their players, but is that maybe like a hindrance to Klopp in terms of how loyal he is to his players and how much belief he has in them?
I'm not sure, because we did see one occasion that was publicly known to Klopp just getting rid of someone from the team, and that was Mamadou Sakho. If you remember that pre-season, apparently he was turning up late and he was just clowning around, not taking it seriously, and then he's gone. Like,
do you remember that? Do you remember that video? There was a video of pre-season.
They said they were leaving behind it in the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was like
Alcaraz or whatever that prison's called. They went to visit
Alcatraz.
it, and
they went to
Alcatraz. Yeah, and they said that they're leaving behind. To Klopp, it seemed like he was joking on the video, but he wasn't, because Sakho comes back and he's gone to Palace, and I really liked Saka. Obviously, at the time, we weren't blessed with centre-back, so I thought Saka was actually good. Obviously, had a few crazy moments in him. But anyway, we saw Klopp's ruthlessness in that situation, because if that's Brendan Rodgers, I feel like the players might have been able to, you know, boss him around a bit, because I don't think he's got that backbone in him. But Klopp's loyalty to his players, I'm not sure because I don't think there's anyone in that team that's done anything, or that we know of at least, to test Klopp. I just think the harmony and the mood in the dressing room, from what I've seen and from what I've read at least, is really good. So I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I don't know if that's answered your question or not, mate.
No, that's perfect, man. We'll get into score predictions before we move on to Liverpool and Chelsea briefly. I'll go again. I think I do see it being an Arsenal win. I see it being again 2-1, but to Arsenal. I think it'll be a spicy game, man. 12:30, like the Emirates will be rocking. People will be turning up, probably still drunk from the night before. Like it's gonna be carnage. So Grizz Khanage. There we go. So I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. Ben.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually. Hope it's a good game. That's what I'm hoping for the most part. Like I said, 12:30. There's nothing worse than getting up and watching a 12:30 game being absolutely rubbish. So let's hope it's a good game. And I'd like Tottenham to get something because let's face it, in the long run, I don't think we're threatened by Tottenham. Maybe we're not threatened by Arsenal either, but I think Arsenal would be more of a threat. So I'd prefer Tottenham to get something, but yeah, I think Arsenal are a bit too good this season. 2-1.
Some of that. Hamza.
I think basically I want Arsenal to win, but obviously they're not a rival yet. I'm joking, but I think Tottenham will beat them. I think Conte will play that very smart Italian, that smash and grab. He did it against us. He knows it. He'll pack the bus, hit you in the counter, and you guys will make mistakes with Gabriel Magalhaes. So I can see Tottenham beating you, Harry Kane and Son causing havoc at the back. But Arsenal as well forward, they're dangerous. But Romero is very, very, very like physical player, Eric Dyer. And I just think, listen, you're getting beat. I'm sorry to say that, Bilal. I know you're smiling, but listen, it's going to be a heartful Saturday for you.
2-1. You know what? Like, Spurs, they always come with that aggressive energy. Like, with the people, like, especially when you've got the likes of Dyer in there. Kane is filthy in a derby.
Dangerous.
You got Romero.
Do you remember the derby where Dyer told? I think there's a stat where Tottenham have scored literally. I think the first goal in a lot of the North London derbies at the Emirates, but I've lost like every single one when they scored the first goal. And Dyer in one of those games where they took the lead, he's gone to Aaron Ramsey, told him like, sit down, go back to the bench. Ramsey told him, shh, watch. Second half comes on and slaps them. Like, come on, that's the mentality, you know. But yeah, the games are always fun. That's why I think people love the North London derby, even if you're neutral, just because there's always just something in the game. It doesn't matter because, listen, this is a big game. As I said, when Arsenal win in Prems and Tottenham are wherever they are, you know, this is still a big game, man. It meant something. So,
yeah, I agree, man. BILAL, do you want to continue anyway before we go to Prime?
Yeah. I'll just do my prediction. As I said, I believe Arsenal we're gonna batter them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've got it in my bones that we're gonna be absolutely like. I can see Jesus already doing mad sprints in training, Martinelli and everyone. The press, it's gonna be unbearable. And if I see the likes of who they got at the back, Romero, he's apparently been playing really good for Argentina. I see a bit of Davinson Sanchez there. Maybe he can make an appearance. Emerson Royale. Listen, these guys, they can't handle it. And Hugo Lloris, another guy similar to like David De Gea. A decent shot stopper, not great on the ball. You put a bit of pressure on him as well. I see that being a bit of a area we can get at. They're saying Conte might play a 5-3-2 as well. So if they play a 5-3-2, in my opinion, although that's adding another midfielder in there, I see it in a negative way for them. Because that would be taken away like a Richarlison. He could be a problem on the counter. So for me, I'm feeling like a 3-0, 3-1. But I'm just going to say 3-0. Why not? Let's keep a clean sheet.
Prime?
It could be 2-1 either way. But I think this game will be a draw. I'm going 2-2. It's just a lot of hype about this game in terms of like the social media aspect of things. In reality, like this isn't really a big game, not on the grand scheme of football. But yeah, 2-2 is what it is really.
All right, quality. Right, let's get into the Liverpool game, which thank God it's 3 p.m. Take the attention off us a bit. Ben, Brighton without Graham Potter, man, we've got to hit the ground running and go on some sort of run. There's no excuses now, man. Kanate's back, Thiago's back, Henderson's back. I think
Here's your excuse.
there we go. Yeah, we've got all the big hitters back. We need to get something. Do you think? I'm gonna ask you first, and then I'm gonna open it up to everyone else once you're done. Like, I'm gonna ask everyone, where do you see Liverpool now? Because obviously, we are known to be up there in every competition over the last few years. I'm gonna ask you guys, do you think Liverpool are a threat? And Ben, do you think, like, deep down, that with these players back now, that we can get back into relevancy?
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned earlier it's what, 6 or 7 games. It's nothing. Like, of course, the start's been a disaster. You know, there's no denying that whatsoever. But like you said, bro, the record with Thiago playing, and I know he's got to play, and we've got to keep him fit. And it's scary that we kind of rely on his fitness, and that's a conversation on another day for the owners and the investments or whatever. But that's the bottom line, keeping him fit, and I think the defense getting back into form, and I think it will happen, bro. These players are too good to not mount some sort of challenge, no matter how badly they've been this season. Virgil, Trent, Henderson, all those guys, Robertson, like, they're world-class players, whether people say they're finished or not. Like, okay, maybe some of them might be coming out of that world-class stage, whatever, but we still got a team that's good enough to compete, and we will, in my opinion. Like, we have to just take it game by game, because this October period coming up is mental. You got City, we've got Champions League, like 2 Champions League games. I think Arsenal in there somewhere. Forest. That Forest is, again, that's a game that I'm not worried about Forest, obviously, but like, they'll be up for that game. Like, you know, them crap teams that just somehow get a result against us. I've just got a feeling it's going to be one of them. But listen, like I say, it starts on Saturday. They've not got Potter now, thankfully, because that guy is just a pain in the backside. Like, he's a genius, and I've said it so many times when he was appointed. I came on the show, and I said my frustration that he's at Chelsea now, because I only see it as a good thing for Chelsea. You know, they've got to give him time, and he'll get them playing. But with De Zerbi, I'm not too familiar with him, to be honest. I know he likes to play different formations, so hopefully that will, you know, take a hit on Brighton tomorrow, and it's like a transitional game, and we can take advantage of that. I keep saying tomorrow, it's Saturday. I keep forgetting it's Friday for some reason. But yeah, man, we've just got to do our thing. We've had plenty of time now to think about things. Players maybe if they need to get something out of the system, mentality. You know, it's crunch time now, because we can't afford to get any further behind. So we've got to get it right now, and I'm confident that we will on Saturday. You know, like I said, it's home at Anfield against a Brighton side who don't have their manager. So yeah, let's see what happens, man.
Yeah, guys, I wanted to open up the floor because to the rest of you, like, how do you view Liverpool now? And also, like Ben mentioned, people being out for, most significantly, Trent. And obviously, because he is a main character in football, he gets all the attention piled onto him. We've seen Trent before, with a bit of England heartbreak, come back into the form of his life. Do you guys agree with Ben that it's too early, or do you see there being deep-rooted problems at Liverpool? Because it's not looked good, considering where we were last season. And what if you want to talk about Trent as well on his England situation?
I think Hamza, Prem. Yeah, you guys go first.
I think Liverpool are fine. I don't get the massive disrespect or people trying to laugh at Liverpool. I get it. People don't like Liverpool fans, and that's fine. But let's just be honest. I think it's kind of, from Liverpool's perspective, it's probably kind of a shame that all of these injuries are coming around the same time. Because the guys who are out, Khanage, Matip, etc., a lot of these guys are injury prone, as we know them to be. But it's just a shame that they're all being hit at the same time this early in the season. But you'll be fine. I think once you kick on and you start playing, like, you start getting a win, and you get that bounce, like, you'll be fine. I think Klopp, does he have to tweak a few things? Yes. Salah has been poor this calendar year. for whether that's Salah himself or something in the system, I don't know, but that needs to be changed. And Klopp has to find a way to get Nunes to start scoring goals, because we know he is a goal scorer. His all-round play isn't the best, to be fair, but he is a natural goal scorer. Just get him service, he will score. Your defense hasn't looked the best, but again, that's probably just due to the injuries. You've got a massive hit in midfield with injuries, and plus your Matip and Khanage haven't been able to really stay fit consistently. I think Liverpool will be fine. I don't have you guys winning the league, but that was my prediction anyway at the start of the season. It was Man City to win it. I still think you'll be fine. Depends if City slip up, will you be put back into the title race? But I still think you guys will be fine for the doing well in the Champions League, and you'll be fine in the domestic cup competitions if you choose to take that seriously or not. So yeah, Liverpool, they'll be okay.
Hamza, keep it brief because we got to wrap up in 5. But
I think Liverpool's good. Liverpool good. I think I know that what you're going through is about that refresher in the squad, but you know me, I rate Klopp highly. I rate Klopp very, very highly. One of the greatest managers of all time, and no doubt people don't respect him enough. But obviously, we have to banter some days and put pressure on Liverpool fans and make him doubt, because I don't want him to be a Liverpool manager. I want him out, man. Seriously, this guy stresses me. He's the only manager that stresses me in this Premier League. He's a brilliant manager, man.
I'm sure he's the only one that stresses Guardiola as well. He stressed him in Germany. He stressed Guardiola in Germany. He stressed him now in England.
Klopp is a special manager, man. Look what he took. I keep saying, when he came to Liverpool, he took that mediocre. I remember I told an Arsenal fan, I'm worried. I said, look what he did. Lewandowski was a nobody. Gundogan was nobody. Nuri Sahin, those guys. I saw them out playing Real Madrid. This guy is a top manager. He hasn't. If he gets back here, this guy will chase Pep Guardiola to the end. Special managers, you haven't got the squad. No matter what, Liverpool are going to get top 4. Look at that. Despite them not.
Come on, man. We know we're going to get top 4. I don't think that's the question.
I think the only thing that's probably broken you, and I've always said it, I think it's the fact that, think about it, Ben and Omar, that you've chased us all the way to the league title. You were so outstanding between December. I think you went unbeaten. No one could beat you all the way to the end. And we took that title 15 minutes. Bro, you worked hard, sweated so much. You chased us down and you lost that title. That psychologically lost your confidence, and you thought, what else can we do? What else can we do?
When we got 97 points and finished second, we won the Champions League. We won the league the next season. I don't know if we win the league this season, but I don't know. I think the psychological thing is a bit overdone. I can't lie.
I agree with Hamza, because I looked at even Mane. He's probably looking at that situation. I know it was a money thing as well, why he wanted to leave, because the FSG and Liverpool just didn't want to give him that contract. Cool. But I can't lie. If I was a player at Liverpool that season and I'm in Mane's position or Salah's position before he signed the contract, I'm thinking, what more can I actually do at Liverpool and not and actually win what I want to win? Yeah. So that's why I understand why Mane left. Salah signed the contract, fair enough, but it's tough. It's tough, and I think any team that unfortunately faces Man City in a title race is gonna probably feel that more often than not.
I think the 63 games you played, every single game a team could play last season, it will have a hit, short of preseason, whatever. But I still think no excuses now. We've had pretty much a mini preseason again to sort of reset. Now is the time we should be seeing us really step it up. It was promising against Ajax with the return of Jota and Thiago, but now we need to hit that momentum that Liverpool have hit. But guys, because we need to quickly touch on Chelsea, Ben, we'll just do me and you quick prediction for the game. Liverpool Brighton.
3-0 Liverpool.
I'm gonna say 2-0 Liverpool. Probably I reckon Salah and Jota, something like that. But yeah, Prime, we'll finish with you.
Sorry, Trent scoring, by the way, just to put that.
Trent scoring or getting 2 assists, something like that.
I need that for my FPL, man. He's still
I
need that.
Yeah. But Prime, we've got a couple minutes because Grizz has got a show soon. But quick one on Chelsea. Palace away, how are you feeling? And are Chelsea fans sort of giving Potter time, or do they expect sort of results straight away now?
I'm not feeling necessarily that confident about the Palace game. In theory, we probably should beat them, I guess, because we have better players. But these guys have the majority of the squad has a mentality issue, and they've had it for a number of years, where they'll go on a good run of form, and all of a sudden they'll start downing tools and not even trying. I don't rate Potter as highly as everyone else does. I know people say he's a good coach and stuff, which is cool. I don't think he's good enough to step up to this level. However, I won't blame him when things go bad, because I know there are bigger problems at Chelsea. Yeah. Like I've said, the majority of the squad just not being, they're not performing to the level that they should be. I don't expect them to be competing for titles or anything. That's beyond their capabilities. But to be a comfortable top 4 team, like to be a comfortable top 4 team, to be the 3rd best or 4th best team in this league, which I know that these guys are, they're not performing to that sort of standard. And also, but Bowley being a new owner and all this weird revamp stuff he's trying to do in the background, if Potter is his guy, it's now up to him to back him completely. Yeah. And I will focus my attention or frustration onto Bowley and these players. Now, Chelsea fans, I know what Chelsea fans are like. They say they're going to back Potter, but any little adversity we go through, he will be the guy that will be scapegoated. And I don't know if Bowley will see through to his word and sack him, because he's a new owner. Chelsea fans, if they easily start turning, because he's trying to keep the peace and you know, trying to make nicer or whatever, will he just sack the guy before we've really seen anything? So I don't know, but like, all I can really give is my opinion. All I can really do is to stay consistent.
Cool, man. Yeah, no, I think if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be just really trying to back the guy now. It's a new era, new ownership, whatever. Look to back the guy. But do you want to give a quick prediction, Prime, before we wrap up?
2-0 Palace. Or no, not 2-0 Chelsea.
You what?
Vieira got you scared, man.
You are scared. He's lost.
No. Hey, not Vieira. It's Havertz and Mount. I don't. Whatever, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Vieira, Man City legend. Anyway, guys, that was an entertaining show. I just want to big up Prime for making his debut.
Absolutely. Big up, man. Honestly, what a legend.
All I know is I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the Barclays, because Barclays is back. One normal week of Barclays is all I ask for, but it's probably not going to happen, and that's how we like it. Guys, remember, whether you're watching live now, you need to smash that like button. Do it now before we're done. And if you're watching it on the playback, do it live. Do it live. Just like the video. Okay. Have a good one. Tune in. Grizz is doing a preview for Liverpool Brighton in about 15 minutes. And yeah, peace, guys.